Imagine you work at a university and you're showing around a visitor and you show them everything. You show them the library, the accommodation, the offices, the lecture halls. And then at the end of the tour, the visitor turns to you with a puzzled expression on their face and says, "That's great, thank you, but where's the university?" This famous example from his 1949 book, The Concept of Mind, is part of Gilbert Ryle's critique of Descartes and substance dualism. We're going to see how successful these arguments are, so let's go. According to Ryle, the visitor has made a category error or category mistake. They have assumed that the university is a separate entity from its buildings and functions, when instead it is simply the way that they are organised. Similarly, Descartes has made such a mistake with the mind and body. For Descartes, the mind or the soul is a separate substance from the body. Now, this is where people get confused, because the university example is a bit rubbish. I mean, the mind and body do not map onto the university and the buildings in any plausible way that I can see. It's not meant to be an analogy. The point is just that the mind is not separate from the body, like the university is not separate from its buildings. A better example is this. Imagine you're watching football with your mate who's never seen football before. They see the pitch, the players, the referee, the ball, and then they look up and they say, "Okay, great, but where's the team spirit?" Your mate expects there to be some sort of voodoo-y spirit floating around above the game. They have made a category error because team spirit is not some separate entity. It's just a way of talking about the camaraderie of the players. This is how Descartes treats the mind, and he's wrong to do so, says Ryle. Like team spirit, mind is simply a way of talking about how a person thinks, how they behave, how they feel, their emotions and so forth. It's a way of describing mental events. Ryle will famously address substance dualism as the dogma of the ghost in the machine, likening it to the idea that there is a ghost within us controlling the body. And he is not alone in making this sort of observation. Peter Hacker sees dualism as positing a little invisible person in the brain. Ryle is not denying the existence of the mind. He actually understands the person as a unified whole. He argues that if substance dualism is true, we couldn't know what is going on in other people's minds. Descartes' bifurcation of the human being is so radical that, as Ryle puts it, we have two histories, one physical and one mental. If the essence of the soul is thought, as Descartes says it is, and the soul is non-spatial, then the implication seems to be that our mental selves are non-spatial. Remember, for Descartes, you are identified with your mental self. My actual self, that is, isn't really here. The only thing here is my body. So when you're interacting with me, you're not really interacting with me at all. As philosopher Trenton Merricks puts it, if substance dualism were true, it would be impossible for him to kiss his wife. And similarly, as Anthony Flew observes, we meet people, not their containers. So this is what Ryle understands to be the implication of substance dualism. If substance dualism were true, we wouldn't be able to know what was going on in someone else's mind. But we do know other people's mental states, at least to some extent. Sometimes we can just tell what other people are thinking and feeling. And therefore, substance dualism is false. Can Descartes respond to this criticism? Well, he could argue that this characterization of his argument is inaccurate. Yes, the soul is non-spatial and the body physical, but there is a locus of interaction in the brain. Mental events cause physical events in the body, and this is possible due to such an interaction at the pineal gland. Therefore, we can explain how one can know what another is thinking and feeling. The strength of this reply, however, relies on the strength of Descartes' initial argument for interactionism. His confident assertion that this interaction is made possible due to the pineal gland does not solve the mind-body problem, because he hasn't actually explained how something non-spatial, which doesn't conform to mechanical laws, can cause changes in the physical body, which is spatial and is restrained by mechanical laws. Just pointing to the pineal gland isn't it. To what extent does the criticism that substance dualism commits a category error hold up? Well, I've already expressed that I think the university example is a letdown. Unless I'm fundamentally misunderstanding it, the example is much more profound than the point being made. But we have to ask ourselves, Is the mind really like the buildings of a university? Is it really like team spirit? Is it comparable to these examples? We experience the world through our minds. It captures our subjective experience. It captures what it is to be like us. It's our consciousness. It's potentially our free will. It's so much more than just something like team spirit. Mind does in some sense capture all of me in a way that team spirit doesn't capture and isn't meant to capture all of the football game. Is it fair to say that dualists are making an error in the same way as someone who misunderstands what a university is? It seems to me, as we wrap this video up, that the category error argument doesn't do justice to what the mind represents. The examples don't capture the significance of the mind. The mind isn't just another body part, like a leg. So tell me, what do you think? Thank you very much for watching. If you're interested in more mind stuff, then have a look at the playlist on mind, soul, and body. Specifically, the Descartes one. If you haven't seen the Descartes one, this video will probably make more sense if you've seen that one. So maybe check that one out. But there's Plato, there's Aristotle in there, there's Aquinas. But for now, thank you for watching and see you next time.